Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Matty Guys here with another video. And so say I'm doing a bunch of videos. I'm just recording a bunch of videos right now, so I can just like release some videos throughout the week. This like my third and final video for today, and then like I gotta finish another comic, and then like I'm gonna review that. So it's like that like I'm gonna record that in the next couple of days. Which by then I think all these videos should be out. Like by the time I record this, and that video should be out next week sometime. But so this volume I'm going to be reviewing is volume 5 of Something is Killing the Children. And so actually, see, I think that was my first, so like a couple months ago, that was like my first video that I like did a review on in a while. Was actually volume 4 of Something is Killing the Children. And then like now I'm starting to do more reviews again, but that was my first kind of actual review that I did in a while. And so Uh, which I don't know why I didn't start with Volume 1 of Something is Killing the Children, and I don't know why I was just playing on my little cable for my headphones, but I'm going to keep that in for now. But, but yeah, so, like, for some reason, I started reviewing the series from Volume 4 on YouTube, which which I did read the first 3 volumes, and then, like, that when I read the fourth one, I was like, I'm just going to make a video about it. And, I probably should have started with the first volume if I really, if I really wanted to make a review video about the series, I probably should have started with the first one. Being honest with you guys, but no, I started with number 4. But now I got number 5, so I'm just gonna keep going. And just hope no one notices I started with number 4 for this. But so this one, so this trade paperback that this is obviously volume 5, and that this covers issues 21 through 25 of Something That's Killing the Children. And so this one kind of picks up like in present time, and that this takes place about a year after Artist Peak, which like that's where the story started, and that's where it kind of stayed for a while. Like it kind of stayed in Artist Peak for a little bit, and then yeah, and then Volume 4 it was a flashback pretty much. Like that whole little trade, like that whole trade paperback was a flashback of how Erica Slaughter joined the House of Slaughter and became like who she is today. But this kind of picks up back in modern times, like in present times, like a year after Artist Peak and all of that. And it follows this new kid named Gabby, and that she witnessed her whole family get murdered by this uh, duplicator. I think they call it. It's like a duplicator. So pretty much like it looks like a human, but it's really a monster. And so it follows Gabby, and that she was like it starts off with her being taken to the police station, and the back of, like in the back of the police car, and that she was asking for a lawyer, but like the cop was like, hey, like you're not in trouble, like that we saw the video, like you would know we knew it, but that she kept asking for a lawyer, and then this is where Erica Slaughter comes into play, is that she hears about it, and this is all the way down in New Mexico, and so she hears about it, and she tries to talk to the kid, and so pretty much the kid wasn't having it, and Erica almost got in trouble for talking to the kid, which Erica actually ended up getting in trouble with the law and getting arrested for going to the crime scene of the, it's like where the family was murdered, that she got arrested there, and she left a little teddy, like a little toy there that talks to her. That's like, so that's where the monster from when she was a kid is, and now like long story like that, like it's a long story, but so that's where the monster when she was a kid lives in now, is that toy, and uh, it gets left to you, like that when she gets a left. So when Erica gets arrested, she gets left there. Like that toy gets left at the crime scene, and then it's like Erica goes to goes to the station, and that she has to talk her way out, which she does. That she lies and says that she's a news reporter, which is fake. But and then Gabby finds the Troy, and that the Troy tries to kill. So the Troy tries to kill Gabby by leading to the monster that killed her family, which I thought was kind of interesting. But so the whole time that's going on, like that, like Erica knew she left the Troy there, and that Gabby took the toy because of like her family friend, because of Gabby's family friend. But that she also gets some info. She talks to this guy who's like Big Frank, I think his name was, and so Big Frank pretty much helps out Erica, like like takes her name away from things like erases her record from like getting arrested by the police and stuff, and like helps her out. And so that guy's gonna play a role a little bit later when I talk, when I get to him in a minute or two. But so pretty much like Erica finds out that like she can't beat this monster by herself because it's a duplicator. Apparently, they're like one of the stronger monsters in this world. But so it's like while all this stuff is going on in New Mexico, that we get introduced to a new character, and her name is Miss Cutter or Mrs. Cutter. I forget now, like Miss Cutter or Mrs. Cutter, and that she comes from the House of Cutter, which is like a different house, like it comes from like a different country. So now like the world's kind of expanding a little bit with the introduction of this new house and stuff, and so pretty much like what Miss Cutter's whole thing is to do is to kill Erica Slaughter. Because Erica Slaughter kind of broke away at the end of Volume 3 of the trade paperback and kind of denounced herself. So that she is now the one, again, that's why she was talking to Big Frank, that's what I'm going to call him now. Big Frank. So then that, like, that she could just stay in hiding and that, like, no one from House of Slaughter can find her after all the stuff that happened, in order to speak with her friend dying, Aaron dying, and all that. So that Miss Carter and then like the head of House of Slaughter is trying to find Helica, and so it's all setting up now with the story with like House of Carter and House of Slaughter come together to find Helica, and then yeah, so I thought this part of the story was interesting because there was so much going on, like like they added some depth, which I'd like, to the characters and to the world, with the whole House of Cutter, which so far they seem like a much more extreme version of the House of Slaughter with like what they do, because like House of Slaughter they help people, and then like House of Cutter it's the opposite, like like there's a witness, like House of Slaughter would help, like like Erica would help the kids, and then like House of Cutter it's like the opposite. It's just like, F these kids, they can die, I don't care. But yes, I thought this was interesting with all the stuff going on with them, with like House of Cutter and House of Slaughter, and then like the Big Frank character, which I'm not gonna spoil his character too much, because I love this character. And then also with Erica in New Mexico, kind of just trying to stay down low right now, and I still try to help people, even though she is no longer part of House of Slaughter. That she's still trying to help kids and families that are affected by these monsters. And so I'd probably give this an 8.5, I think, because I was really intrigued by it, by the story in this part, like these 5 volumes or issues. I was super intrigued by them, and I absolutely loved them. And the art is as good as usual, and there was a few good like brutal parts too, like that when they first introduced like that woman from House of Cutter, like that was such a brutal scene that she was introduced in, and like I just love that type of stuff. But see, I know that sounds messed up to say, like, oh yes, I love gore and violence and stuff, but like it was brutal, and that's why I loved it, because it didn't really show too much mercy. Again, the more I talk, the more messed up I sound. But yes, so I'll give this an 8.5. And with that being said, peace out, and Maddie, and that Maddie is out.